Now, everyone, I'm sure you are all very curious and thrilled to know more about OPPO's most innovative phone to date, the OPPO Find N2 Flip. So to tell us more about it, I'd like to call on OPPO Philippines Public Relations Supervisor, Mark Ordoñez.
Thank you, Anne. And good evening, everyone. We're so excited to finally celebrate this momentous occasion for OPPO Philippines. Thank you for making it tonight, and I'm sure you've all enjoyed so far. OPPO is dedicated to creating and investing in innovative technology, and that has never been more evident in the creation of the OPPO Find N2 Flip. Before we dig deeper into what makes this phone so special, please watch this. Now, as you've seen in the video, we're very much excited about the OPPO Find N2 Flip's flexion hinge, as we believe that it is indeed a game changer. But the phone is so much more than just its flexion hinge. Let's get into why the OPPO Find N2 Flip is bigger, better, and bolder. First, it has an intuitive design that is very user-friendly. As an excellent daily driver, it needs to have an all-day battery life. A small crease that doesn't annoy you, and of course, it should be very durable. Now, only if we accomplish all these things at the same time can we truly call it a good flip smartphone. And I'd like to start with the first and most fundamental one, which is the design. How can we create a design that's easier and more intuitive to use, especially on a flip phone? First, we have to answer an important question. What is the function of a cover screen on a flip phone? It's different from a horizontal folding phone, like the Find N2, which gives you a full smartphone experience with a more familiar aspect ratio. You can only see one notification, so you often are left scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. When you want to reply to a message, you can only see a part of the conversation and not the full conversation. So, the first key learning we had is that in order to design a truly useful cover screen, it needs to be vertical instead of horizontal. Then, all those problems will be solved. Next, we have to determine the most user-friendly size for the screen. The answer is pretty simple. We want to make it as big as possible so you can simply see and do more with a bigger screen. Let's talk about the huge vertical cover screen. At 3.26 inches, the Find N2 Flip has the largest screen on any flip available today. It's almost edge to edge on three sides, and the whole screen lies completely flush on the case, flowing seamlessly without interruption. If you've seen it earlier, you can see how beautiful it looks up close. Now with this huge vertical cover screen, everything you do just becomes easier. Now you can see more of your notifications. You can see 6 versus just 1 or 2 on other phones. You can see a lot more content without endlessly scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You can also quickly reply to messages in messaging apps like WhatsApp and Messenger by using built-in phrases, all without having to open the phone. And as you can see, the vertical display, you can see a lot more than the horizontal one. You can also toggle settings from a single screen layout instead of swiping for more. There are 9 toggles on the Find N2 Flip versus others that just offer you 3 or 4. 9 is more than 3 or 4. See what the weather is like, or set a timer. You can do all that within your smartphone. We're also working to add controls for other popular apps to the cover screen. For example, when using Spotify, you can just simply control your music right from the outer display. The big vertical cover screen is also great to show off your personality. We created interactive pet wallpapers specifically designed for the cover screen. Choose your favorite animal and simply tap on the screen to display one of 15 animations. The interactive pens are good. Side note, will also interact when you're playing music, but also groove to the music as like they were with their own earbuds. But if this is not your thing, you can also set your favorite GIFs as your wallpapers, which I know many of you would love. Very scenic, very cool wallpapers. We've also added an always-on display. In addition to supporting essentials like the date, time, notifications, the Find N2 Flip cover screen also displays your personal Bitmoji stickers in line with your preferences in daily routine. Now with so many useful features like this, a huge cover screen will redefine the cover experience of a flip. And that's not all. This phone looks beautiful with simple, flat, polished aluminum sides. We've also added a unique hinge design with micro-cork flowing texture. The Find N2 Flip comes in two colors. First is Astro Black, featuring the OPPO Glow design, very sleek, very elegant, fingerprint resistant, OPPO Glow. And Moonlit Purple, very trendy, very stylish. Actually, it's one of the trendy colors for this year. It weighs just 191 grams and measures 7.45 millimeters when it opens. It's surprisingly thin and light. And later on, if you have the chance, try it out for yourselves. And of course, the best thing about having a flip phone is that you can fold it in half and easily stow it in your pocket or in your small bag. So it's something that won't be a burden for you when you bring it around. With a unique design, the Find N2 Flip, we created not just all these beautiful features for your cover screen, but also we have the most versatile camera on Flip. Swipe with a groundbreaking selfie experience. Swipe from the cover screen or just simply double press the volume button to frame your shot with the cover screen, and then use the main camera to take ultra clear selfies. Let's try out some of the show. You have here the cover screen, and you can simply swipe. You can take a photo, a portrait, or a video, and you can see it all on this large vertical cover screen. So let's take a photo. I'm feeling like taking a selfie. So anyone want to join? Take a selfie there. You can see more in a flip. That's not all. We also support Flex Form mode, which can hover between 45 to 110 degrees. So you can use your Find N2 Flip hands-free. Put it on the table, put it on the floor, take photos using the Find N2 Flip. So next time, when you're hanging out with your friends and want to take a group selfie, you can be the star of the show, and just put it on the table or on the floor, and trigger the shutter release with a gesture, and get an ultra clear selfie like this. And since you're shooting with the main camera, you're assured for high quality photos. So when compared to other flip phones, the sensor used in the main camera is also way better and way bigger. It adopts a 50 megapixel flagship sensor that's about 30% larger than the competition. It's the same size as the Find X5 Pro, with even bigger sensor used for other flagship phones. Now you can see the details here, the difference in the details with the dynamic range and the sample shots as you see here. So even at 2x zoom, the photos you get are still very clear because we have 50 megapixels to crop. Next, the two screens of the Find N2 Flip can also be used at the same time. With dual preview, it can show camera previews on both the main camera and at the cover screens here in front. Let me show you how to do it. So first, you go to your camera, and what you see here is what I was here, right? The main camera. Just press dual screen preview here. There's a small button here. So this is what I see, and this is what you guys can see. Can you see it? It's working, right? Dual screen preview only on the Find N2 Flip. Strike the perfect pose, make it the perfect tool for taking better portraits. And with the biggest sensor, the quality is just so much better. In addition to selfies and portraits, the versatility of the Find N2 Flip means you can simply get more creative. One of the best camera tricks is to shoot at a low angle, so you can try and replicate this shot over here. Use in photography and videography. It's apparently something that if you want to show off your nice outfit, you can do so with a low angle. I think our creators here can agree. When you shoot at low angles, you look taller, which is what I like. You look taller and your outfit is shown. But traditionally, it can be very tiresome because you often have to be in an awkward position. But with the Find N2 Flip, it's much easier. Simply set the angle to 60 degrees or below, and the camera will automatically switch to waist level framing, which will show a preview of the shot of the lower half, making it much, much simpler. It's also easier to shoot time lapses because you don't need a tripod. Because of the build, it has a built-in one in flex form mode, so you can angle it like that over there, stand, you can take videos or photos, and you have your own tripod. With flex form mode, you can also take selfies hands-free, and the wider lens with autofocus allows you to fit more in the frame. Now, the selfie camera is also perfect for hands-free online meetings. We've specifically optimized it with mainstream apps like WhatsApp to work with flex form mode. Plus, the camera is also co-developed with legendary camera manufacturer, Hasselblad. You can get unique Hasselblad features like X-Band for wide angle or cinematic shots. Now the Find N2 Flip is also equipped with Silicon X, our in-house imaging NPU for shooting ultra-clear 4K videos at night. Also, flex form mode allows you to shoot using your phone just like a camcorder. You guys remember the days where you used to bring around big camcorders everywhere, family trips? Anyone has used this before?
Yes.
You can use it with the Find N2 Flip. If you want to feel a bit of nostalgia, but also enjoy innovation. Now, overall, the camera features on the Find N2 Flip are definitely something to look forward to. So, after the camera, let's open the phone, literally and figuratively. You're greeted by the gorgeous 6.8 E6 AMOLED display with a cinematic 21:9 aspect ratio. It supports 120 Hz LTPO adaptive refresh rate and up to 1600 nits of brightness. Easily one of the best panels on any smartphone. When using this big display, you don't want to be disrupted by anything, particularly the crease. The crease of the folding phone is largely determined by its hinge, which makes it flexible. Take a look at this. The Find N2 Flip offers a 63% narrower crease than the original Find N. It's so impressive that in our lab analysis, it's one of the least visible creases on a smartphone. All thanks to the OPPO's Flexion Hinge innovations. In addition to this small crease, the new Flexion Hinge also ensures industry-leading durability. First of all, when you close the phone, there's no gap, making it, safe from all the debris. It doesn't scratch the surface. It's safe. You don't need to worry about it. Next, the Find N2 Flip can handle more folds than any other flip phones. We've achieved that by optimizing each of the folding components with better designs and stronger materials. For the new Flexion Hinge, we used aircraft-grade, high-strength materials that is 25% more durable, and carbon fiber reinforced polymer that makes it not only stronger, but lighter. To Supervisor put it in paces and has certified that the screen can still function well after 400,000 cycles of folding and unfolding the device. That's equivalent to opening and closing the phone every day, 100 times for the next 10 years. That's durability from the OPPO Find N2 Flip. Sometimes you might use your flip phone in very hot or cold temperatures or environments, and that makes it more challenging. But you don't have to worry with the Find N2 Flip. Even at negative 20 degrees and at 50 degrees Celsius, it still functions well after 100,000 times of folding it. You can try it yourself if you have the time. The new flexion hinge is simply extraordinary. It enables better durability, no gap design, flex form mode, and most importantly, the smallest crease. This is arguably the best hinge in any foldable phone, and you won't find it anywhere else because it's OPPO patent. Now, I know I'm stating the obvious, and all of us use our phones more and more each day, and we need something that will have long-lasting battery. Flip folding phones, however, due to them being smaller in nature, they do much less. They come with much less battery. That is hardly enough to power you for the day. But with the Find N2 Flip, we were able to fit a massive 4,300 milliamp hour battery into its very compact body. This is the biggest battery on any flip phone, and by a huge margin. In order to achieve this, we kept optimizing the internal design, making it smaller with customized components like the new flexion hinge, which we talked about earlier, so we can free up more space for the battery. Smaller hinge, smaller phone, but still a big, powerful battery. Then we worked closely with MediaTek to create an optimized version of the flagship Dimensity 9000 Plus chip based on the industry-leading 4nm processor for the Find N2 Flip. The result is even better battery life without compromising performance. And as you know, OPPO only designs phones that charge fast. At 44 watts SuperVoo, this is the fastest charging on any flip phone. Again, the fastest charging on any flip phone. With so many useful features, this huge vertical cover screen will redefine the cover screen experience of your flip phone. You'll have enough power to do 4 hours of video streaming and 4 hours of music playing, still enough for you to check social media and tweet throughout the day. Seriously, you can use the Find N2 Flip worry-free. The Find N2 Flip has more behind it, even those small details that seem small stuff. It's actually very essential to the user experience, like signal performance. With 2 antennas on the top and the side of the frame, the Find N2 Flip will receive a strong 5G and Wi-Fi signal when either open or closed. Even in your pocket or in the bag, it still has that strong Wi-Fi 5G signal, which is again a first for any flip phone and useful for anyone who's on the go, who travels a lot. You can now use it because the Find N2 Flip comes with dual SIM, and so much more. Now, for gamers who want to lose themselves in action, any gamers here, gamers in the room, some are still shy, but any gamers here, the Find N2 Flip has an X-axis linear motion that provides haptic, real-time, responsive feedback, and the support of Dolby Atmos, so you can really get lost in whatever game that you play. Get louder, more immersive sound that will elevate your viewing experience with the dual stereo speakers. What's also cool is it's our first phone to offer 4 years of major ColorOS updates and 5 years of security updates. That's among the longest support for any Android phone. Now, that's the Find N2 Flip, the OPPO Find N2 Flip. Our first flip phone with many breakthroughs. It's the first flip with a large vertical cover display that's much easier to use, making the camera system more versatile than ever before. The first flip with a super small crease that won't annoy you even after hundreds of thousands of folding and unfolding. It's also extremely durable because it can withstand or endure up to 400,000 folds, and that's certified. In addition to the hardware, you're also making a huge step forward with the software. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the OPPO Find N2 Flip. Now that you know more about the phone, let's talk about how to get it. How much is the phone? How much is the Find N2 Flip? So, are you guys excited?
Yes.
You've been waiting for weeks, for months. Ladies and gentlemen, you can have your own Find N2 Flip for just. Any guesses? Here? 50, 45, 60, 70. You can get it for just 49,999 pesos.
Yep. Yeah.
I hear a lot of wows. No,
Yeah, boy.
for just 49,999 pesos, you can get your own OPPO Find N2 Flip. It'll also be available in select OPPO concept stores nationwide, so you can check it out tomorrow if you want to. And you can get freebies like an OPPO N2
Nako, ikaw ang bibili. Barbado.
Day, April 5th. We also have special promotion on Lazada starting tonight at 9 p.m. which is just a few minutes from now. You want to check it out? Go grab it. You can get a free OPPO Watch free and an OPPO N2 Air 3 for every order of the Find N2 Flip on Lazada, which you can also pay on 0% interest
Pinagpapahanap lang.
for 45 days via last pay later, as well as free shipping. We also have special offers from our operating partners. First with Globe. With a Globe plan,
Sa probinsya, sa probinsya.
you can get a Find N2 Flip with a cash out of just 28,800 and plan 999 with a cash out of 33,600. Now both deals will have the OPPO N2 Air 3 and the OPPO Band 2 as freebies. For those with the Smart Plan 1499, there will also be a cash out when you get the Find N2 Flip and freebies of the OPPO N2 Air 3 and the OPPO Band 2. Now, for home credit, you can enjoy 0% interest and installment options of 9, 12, 15, 18, and 24 months, with the lowest payment being just 1,504 pesos. And lastly, for credit cards, Customers can avail the OPPO Find N2 Flip at 6 or 12 months installment at 0% interest. So, now knowing the price and how to get it, show of hands or cheers, who is getting the OPPO Find N2 Flip? I see almost half the room. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, see more in a snap with the OPPO Find N2 Flip. And get yours starting tonight. Thank you everyone, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you.